Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Engine Builder Show. Today, Gabe will be talking about how to instantly increase profits while cutting your workload in half. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and enjoy the show. Good morning, everybody.
There was always a ton to learn. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. It's Monday when we're going live here and recording this, and I hope you had a great weekend, and also that March has gone well for you. We got a few days left in the month of March here, and what I want to talk to you today about is something that I often take my clients through, and it's an important not only thought exercise and theory to kind of walk through, but it's also something that I believe you actually need to look at pieces of and apply pieces, if all of it. And so one of the things that I always ask clients I posted this in a group recently as well. And I said, what would happen if you doubled your prices and lost half your clients? And depending on kind of how you view money, how long you've been in business, what your experience has been, I get a lot of different answers. And often there's more kind of like concern or fear around doing something like that than there is positivity or excitement to let's say, hey, let's try that. But what I've seen is actually I've actually helped people raise their prices from 30 to 100% over the course of 1 to 2 years, or even shorter timelines in some instances. But when we start to think about going through that process, it challenges what we think about pricing and how we get to show up and the value that we get to give our clients. And so if you were to double your prices today, you probably would lose a handful of your customers. I have had people double their prices or even higher than double, and I have yet to see somebody actually lose half their customers. But even if you did lose half your customers, then what would happen? So if you were charging, $1,000 a month for something, and then you jumped it to $2,000 a month, and you went from 20 clients at $1,000 a month to 10 clients at $2,000 a month, you'd have the same revenue, you'd have half the clients, and you'd be able to do half the work, and you'd be even more profitable because you're working less and you're getting more revenue for your efforts. And it's important to think through that, because when we allow what the competition is pricing their services at to dictate what we're doing, when we allow our own fear of raising prices or changing something to dictate what we're doing for pricing, then all we do is end up hurting ourselves, and we actually hurt our customers too, because when we don't charge enough, then we're not able to provide the highest level of value. And then also, the lower your pricing goes, and if you're always pricing yourself as a commodity, then your clients are not going to have the same experience and get the same value out of buying products or services from you. And while this approach is often used in the services space, where you can raise prices and just work with a select a smaller group of customers, the same does still apply with products as well. I've talked about this study before, but I'll share it again. There was a group of wine enthusiasts that all got together, and they were surveyed as part of a research study that was being done. And I believe this has been done multiple times, but I know I read about it this one instance. And so there was 3 bottles with no labels on them, so they couldn't tell where they were from, what vineyards they were from, where they were from in the world. And there was a $10 label on one. There was a $50 label on the next bottle, and there was a $100 label on the next bottle. And so they taste tested everything, and the people came back and said, the $100 bottle tasted better than the $50 bottle, and the $50 bottle tasted better than the $10 bottle. And then they showed everybody that the bottles were all the exact same, and they were all $10 bottles of wine. And they've performed that study in different variations over the years. And every time, people have a better experience when they are drinking something that they perceive is higher value, that costs more. And so that's something from a psychological standpoint that we need to be aware of, because when we show up and we charge more, it means not only do we have the resources, the time and budget to do a better job and deliver a better product, but our clients are going to have a better experience because they're investing more and they're paying attention more and they're valuing the experience more. And so those are things to think about as you look at your pricing, because if you're not at a healthy profit margin, if you feel like you're just running around and working too much, and you're just staying busy, but you're not actually getting ahead with having more cash in the bank, having the time to deliver, the type of products and services that you want at a high level, then often it's pricing. And I've heard people tell me, oh, well, like in my market space, like it's just super competitive, we couldn't do that. And I'm sure there probably are exceptions, but I have yet to find, in my experience, an exception when I've been working with people where we can't figure out a way to increase pricing. And with increased pricing, like I said, you have more revenue, you can provide a better client experience, you can go above and beyond and take care of them. And you can do what you can't do if you're priced at the bottom of the barrel and you're just priced super low. And when people, say, well, that'd be difficult to do with a product, I always say, well, let's look at your, traditional, PC that, costs, I don't know, you can get a computer from anywhere from like, $600 to $1,200 in that range. And then you go to Apple and you can buy a $65,000 Mac Pro. I priced one out that high before. Not that I have not bought that one, but even if you look at your traditional MacBook Pros or iMacs or Mac Minis, I mean, they are significantly more expensive than everything else in the market, and people choose to buy them. And because of that, Apple has a ton of cash in the bank. They're one of the most cash rich businesses in the world. They create a great client experience. They're able to really deliver great results because they choose to price higher and they choose to invest more in their product and in their customer service and in everything that they do. And so there's tons of examples. Amazon is significantly higher priced than if you were to go, to a retail store. They're generally a lot higher, but they deliver it right to your door, and their customer service is awesome. And if you don't like something, you don't even have to put it back in the box. They'll just take it back from you and they'll package it and resell it. They've built in so much, so much customer service and such a high level of service to everybody that works with them that they don't have to worry about pricing. And so my point to you is, I would just encourage you to look at, when was the last time you did a healthy price increase, and what would it do for you if you were to raise prices like 30, 40, 50, 60%, or even 100% over the course of 6 months or a year. In my experience, when that's happened, again, I've had clients go through that exercise with me, and we've done that process, and they've lost a few customers, but they have never lost anywhere near half. And instead, they actually have new customers come on that are happy to pay the higher pricing. And so, again, as you look at where you're at in business right now and what you're trying to achieve, if you're not profitable enough, then it's a good time to take a look at pricing. And it's definitely a good opportunity to say, how can I increase prices and even increase the delivery and the value that I give to my customers, on a daily basis. And so I'd encourage you just to take a look at that. I've gone through this exercise, dozens of times over the past, decade or more now. And it's relevant regardless of what's going on in the world. It's relevant regardless of where the economy is at. It's relative regardless of where inflation's at, all these different things we have going on. No matter what, you have the opportunity to raise prices, create that better customer experience, and help your business grow. As your business grows, it gives you the opportunity to serve your clients, even at a higher level. And so that's what I want to share today. If you have questions around that, you can definitely reach out. And again, I just encourage you to really take a good look at your own money mindset and why you have priced things the way you have. Because that's going to help you understand how you can grow and move forward. So if you need help with any of those things and you have questions, you can drop them down below or message me, or you can go to businessmarketingengine.com and shoot me a message there. And I look forward to seeing you on the next show.